recording. Shalom, everyone. This is Brother Doug with the Awakened by Yahuwah Assembly, and we are going to be doing our last chapter for today's new moon study. We are at chapter 99 of the book of Enoch, and I will be doing the reading, so here we go. It says, "Woe to you who work wickedness and exult in lying and exalt them. You shall perish, and no Baruch of life shall be yours. Woe to them who pervert the words of uprightness and transgress the eternal law, and transform themselves into what they were not, into transgressors. They shall be trodden underfoot upon the earth. In those days prepare, you righteous, to raise your prayers as a remembrance and place them as a testimony before the messengers, that they may place the transgression of the transgressors for a remembrance before the Most High. In those days the nations shall be stirred up, and the clans of the nations shall rise on the day of destruction. And in those days the destitute shall go forth and carry off their children, and they shall abandon them, so that their children shall perish through them. Also they shall abandon their nursing infants, and not return to them, and shall have no pity on their beloved ones. And again I swear to you, you transgressors that transgress are prepared for a day of unceasing bloodshed. And they who worship stones and graven images of gold and silver and wood and clay, and those who worship impure spirits and demons and all kinds of idols not according to knowledge, shall get no manner of help from them. And they shall become wicked because of the wickedness of their hearts, and their eyes shall be blinded through the fear of their hearts, through visions in their dreams. Through these they shall become wicked and fearful, for they shall have worked all their work in a lie, and shall have worshipped a stone. Therefore in an instant they shall perish. But in those days Baruch are all they who accept the words of wisdom and understand them and observe the ways of the Most High and walk in the path of his righteousness and not become wicked with unrighteousness, for they shall be saved. Woe to you who spread evil to your neighbors, for you shall be slain in Gehenna. Woe to you who make deceitful and false measures, and who cause bitterness on the earth, for thereby they shall be utterly consumed. Woe to you who build your houses through the grievous toil of others. All their building materials are the bricks and stones of transgression. I tell you, you shall have no peace. Woe to them who reject the measure and eternal heritage of their fathers, and whose beings follow after idols, for they shall have no rest. Woe to them who work unrighteousness and help oppression, and slay their neighbors until the day of the great judgment. For he shall cast down your esteem and bring affliction on your hearts, and shall arouse his fierce indignation and destroy you all with the sword. And all the Kadash and righteous shall remember your transgressions." That is the end of Enoch chapter 99. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, just talking about more the same. Evil is going to be destroyed. And
a lot of woes.
Righteousness will be rewarded.
It amazes me that the evil know it and they continue to do it.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
You know, it says doing wickedness these days with both hands.
Well, if there's nothing else we have to add, I think that's going to conclude the study for today, unless anyone else has anything to add from that chapter.
It's pretty bad that there, in the beginning when you were reading and you talked about how the families of the nations arise on the day of destruction, and in those days the destitute will go forth and carry off their children, and they shall abandon them, and even abandon all their sucklings, and not return to them, or have pity on them. That's wicked, very wicked. Children are simply there to be loved, not to be abandoned and thrown away. I feel very sad for them.
What really stood out to me was the fact that it says, those who transgress the eternal law.
Eternal law.
Eternal, which means like forever, never ending, forever, perpetual.
Mm-hmm.
So, doesn't seem like it's done at the cross there.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like what, Doug?
Doesn't seem like the law's done at the cross there. It says eternal law, which that is the same word being used when Yahusha's prophesied about in Micah 5:2, that his goings forth were from eternity.
Yeah.
So if Yahusha has no beginning and ending, we can safely say, according to Enoch, the law has no beginning and ending.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. So what are you saying about the?
Saying is
I
that
didn't quite catch it.
the Christian church says that the law is done at the cross. It's nailed at the cross. Well,
No, that's a lie.
Not according to Enoch.
According to Enoch, that's a lie. That it's nailed to the cross is not.
So,
that's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was just trying to bring out, that it's not done at the cross, that it says eternal law, the eternal law. And it's interesting, too, that Hallelujah Scriptures actually uses Gehenna for the lake of fire instead of the traditional hell, which is a mistranslation in your Bibles.
Gehenna gives you the better picture of it.
Yeah. And
trash.
Anyone that doesn't know what Gehenna is referring to is referring to the lake of fire, referred to in the book of Revelations. Gehenna's actual correct phrase. Gehenna was actually a name of a mountain range in Jerusalem that actually, it was like a volcanic type of mountain range. And so culturally, the Israelites would use that term to refer to the lake of fire because it's like a volcano. So you had all this lava, fiery lava coming out of it all the time. So that's why they use the phrase Gehenna. And so that's where that comes from. So other than that, I think it was pretty much self-explanatory. Again, the past couple of chapters have all been about the day of Yahuwah's judgment. Every time it's talking about his judgment. Let's see. Now it talks about the prayers of the set apart ones in verse 3, so that's pretty interesting. It talks about that in those days prepare righteous to raise your prayers as a remembrance and place them as a testimony before the Malachim. So it seems like that it's probably cross-referencing from the book of Revelations here, talking about the prayer of the set-apart ones. So other than that, I can't think of anything else to add. So if we don't have anything else to add, I think we're pretty much finished for today.
It sounds like those prayers are part of what the elect do to cut the tribulation short.
Yeah. Yeah, if those days wouldn't be shortened, no flesh would be saved. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we need to pray often for that, as we know that he's going to do it.
Yeah. So, all right. So, I think that is a perfect conclusion for this study. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you for listening in and watching this study. Hopefully, you got something from it. Hopefully, it baruched you, and hopefully, it opened your eyes to the scriptures and opened your eyes to checking out the Book of Enoch, and possibly even starting to keep the law of Yahuwah, including the new moons, the Sabbaths, the feast days, the dietary laws, and all that good stuff. So thank you for joining us again. This is Brother Doug signing off with my sister Shoshana, our sister Susan, our brother Bobby, our sister Kristen, and our brother Dennis. Shalom.
Shalom.